Flo. It is Wednesday, August 10th, 2022, here with your live show. We're live 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Normally at this time. Tomorrow we will be at a different time. It'll be a little bit later in the afternoon. I have a commitment in the morning, so I'm not sure what time I'll be home, but we will figure it out. And at some time between um, the time you get up and the drive-through, Chris and I will do a show. So I'm not really sure what time that's going to be, though. We'll figure it out. And the premium will be a little bit different, too, and we'll explain that during the premium today. But the show goes on, and that's generally the way that it goes. Anyways, Chris, a lot of late-night action last night, right? It's like just seemed like every game was late. It was like sometimes all the games are over, really early, and sometimes they're all just late. And I think that Yankees-Mariners game could still be going.
Yeah, it's possible, but I will go on record saying that might be the best 0-0 extra innings game I've ever seen. I've watched it front to back, and it was so good. And, I had the Mariners in that game, so I was sitting on the edge of my seat for every half inning in extras. But just watching the back and forth, you saw Luis Castillo. I know we all said that the Mariners gave up a ton to get him, but with performances like that, you could probably see why they wanted him so badly.
Yeah, I mean, really tough to find any fault with Castillo at all in the way that he's pitched in either of his outings for the Mariners, so far since the acquisition. And these have been against the Yankees too, so definitely tough, tough sledding there. In not the easy opponent. And then I had the Giants yesterday, and I knew I was in trouble with that pick, and it just basically, for that one, it was like then they came all the way back after really not playing well the entire game and having a lot of opportunities and not taking advantage of them, and then only to blow it, a 3-run home run in the bottom of the 10th. So, I don't know. Struggle.
Yeah, as soon as I saw Juan Soto hit the home run, I was like, "Oh boy!" I didn't. Like I said, I didn't know that was your play. So I was like, Mitch is gonna hate Juan Soto today, probably because he was probably doing cartwheels and backflips and back handsprings going down the first baseline that he hit his home run, and they did make that comeback, and again just falling short. I don't know. I don't know what to do with that Giants bullpen. It's been a lot less reliable over the last month.
It has definitely been not as reliable. That's for sure. Yeah. The Giants just they laid down this year. Did not get it done.
Almost said like last year was our year. This year we're going to sort of kick back a little bit. Can't deliver on expectations twice in a row. But do you think they get rid of Kapler?
No, I don't think it's his doing. I just think that some of the guys just didn't perform, and
Yeah, I mean, while that sometimes it's hard to blame the manager. It's usually he's the first one that the axe falls on, right?
Yeah, it usually is. But I don't think that, coming from winning the division last year, is quite, the same as this year. I think, Anyway. Yesterday, I was heavily criticized in the YouTube comments for my Washington pick on this show. Someone told me it was the dumbest pick they've ever heard. In fact, did you see that one, Chris?
Yeah, I did. And I was going to respond. I was like, well, this comment aged well.
But yeah, someone put in there, that was the dumbest pick ever.
And then went on a 3-line rant about how Chicago was the smart play in that game, and Marcus Stroman had other ideas.
Yeah.
That's what you get for backing me.
We know Stroman. We've seen Stroman.
Did he make it through 5 yesterday? I didn't see his final line.
I'm not even sure.
because I know he had a terrible ERA at home going into that start, and if it was a short outing, it wouldn't have helped. Let's
Anyways,
see.
we got plenty of action today to get into. And of course, NFL preseason back in the swing of things starting tomorrow. Just 2 games tomorrow, but we'll get into those. Yeah, tomorrow we're going to do the show. It just is going to be a little bit late. So premium and VIP will be separate videos from Chris and myself. They'll both be combo, but we just have a schedule conflict, and it's rare, that it happens, but it happens. Unless Chris wants to do the show by himself, he can do that.
No, you're the
The
you're the
Rufalo,
you're
the
you're
Rufalo
the depth.
solo show.
You're the depth. I may be the eye candy, but that can only go for so long.
Someone asked in the Facebook group when the Rufalo occurred, and that was, I know, it was December 24th, 2019.
I couldn't remember what year it was for the Hawaii Bowl, but that makes sense with 2020 being the COVID year.
Yeah, it had to be because we started Pick Dogs in 2019, and it's just all it's just a matter of putting it together.
You have certain moments in time. You have the Immaculate Reception. You have the Stanford Cal band running onto the field, and then you have the Ruffalo here at Big Dogs.
Yeah, I think everyone has their defining moment and stuff. It's just for me, it's I don't think I really have one because I think just every day I'm willing to stick my neck out there, let people take pot shots at me.
That you mean to tell me that's going to be? Well, I mean, it is named after me, so maybe that is my defining moment.
Unfortunately, for better or worse, it is your signature moment.
The dubious distinction. I wear it like a badge of honor.
Anyways, let's get into these games today. We've got early action, few games early, and then we've got all night again. We've got the Mets taking on the Reds. Taijuan Walker, after the last pitching performance, is minus 360. We've got the Brewers and the Rays, which looks like a doozy. We've got the Cubs and the Nationals going back at it. Chris?
Yeah, I know it's Taijuan Walker's had a good year, but minus 360 is insane. I'll lean towards the over 9, maybe even take the Reds plus 1.5 here. TJ Zoik has, I remember this guy from being in the Toronto the Toronto farm system. He's got good stuff, and I think he can definitely mow down some of these Mets batters. But I don't expect him to get through unscathed. I think this one finishes closer to 10 runs. So lean towards the over, maybe also lean towards the Reds plus 1.5. I'm also going to lean towards the Brewers with Brandon Woodruff on the mound. He's been pretty good in his last few starts, and if the Brewers don't want the NL Central race to get too out of control, they got to win games when they can. I think Jeffrey Springs, while he's a good starter for the Rays, not their best, and I think the Brewers can bounce back and maybe get a win here. Don't love that price of minus 162, but it's sort of on the fringe where I'm willing to pay the money line. So I give the edge to the Brewers in that one.
That Mets Reds to me just looks like an over all day, twice on Wednesdays. I think both these pitchers can get lit up like Christmas trees. Walker absolutely hideous after the All-Star break last year. This time, I always saw kind of it melt down on him last time out. And TJ Zuch, yeah, sure thing. Then we also know, one of our favorite stats that we love to talk about on this show, and that is Josiah Gray. That in the day, 4-2 with a 2.64 ERA at night, 3-6 with a 6.57. He's what you call night and day, and it's day for Josiah Gray. So I'm gonna roll with him here. Got the A's and the Angels, the Padres and the Giants, and the Yankees and the Mariners on short rest.
Yeah, it was just like 12 hours between the end of last night and the start of today's game. Maybe, I don't know, but for that Angels Oakland game, I don't know how Touki Toussaint has a paying gig, but apparently that's where the Angels are in their rotation. And at that point, I got to go with the over 7.5 here. The Angels kind of woke up offensively last night, and I expect them to get to Paul Blackburn, who has struggled, if anywhere, at home this season. And I think the A's can welcome Tucson with some damage here. I think they can get to him. I think this one finishes closer to 9 runs. It'd be a 5-4, 6-3 kind of game, whichever way you have it going. But either way, give me the over 7.5 in that one. And I'm also going to lean towards the New York Yankees, mainly because for me, Robbie Ray struggles against the better teams that he faces. We saw him have major issues against the Houston Astros, and the Astros also beat up on the Yankees. But I think the Yankees can get to Ray here, who has had issues with New York going back to his time in Toronto. I think his last 2 starts against the Yankees, he's given up 10 runs in 9 innings. So I'll lean towards the Yankees in that one.
Yeah, I like the Giants here all day and twice on Wednesday. I think the Padres scored 7 runs last night. They were pretty much terrible. It's about as bad as a team could look winning a game, giving up 3 runs in the top of the 9th inning against a Giants team. Pretty punchless this season. I think what we've seen from the Padres is just really overrated disappointment. I think this team, if they get to the playoffs, it's just going to be embarrassing for them. So maybe they save themselves an embarrassment and just choke it here down the stretch and don't make it to the playoffs at all. Really, what you're going to see is all the public humping up on the Padres after finally getting a win and acting like, well, there is no problem, right? Oh, there's a problem. There's a real big problem there. It's called lousy team chemistry. It's called the most self-centered player in baseball. What a jerk. What a moron this guy is. I mean, how could you root for someone like this? I just don't understand it. It's like, how could you be in this? It's like, to me, it's like rooting for this guy is like rooting for Ezekiel Elliott. It's just like, why did it just have to be, you're not that good, It's like, there's been a lot of guys with a world of potential. A lot of guys, A lot of guys with a world of potential. Anyways, can't stand them. Terrible. Anyways, Nestor Cortez. I think they're better off with Desi Arnaz Jr. in this one. I'm gonna go with Robbie Ray. I know Robbie Ray's feast or famine. We've seen some famine from him, but I think he feasts here. We saw the Mariners take 2 of 3 from the Yankees at the stadium. I think they do the same here in Seattle. I think that's one of the tougher games. Certainly not rushing to the window like we are to fade the Padres on the reverse run line. It's like gonna go with the Mariners in that one. Anyways, got the Phillies and the Marlins. Got the Orioles and the Blue Jays, and the Tigers and the Guardians. Chris?
Yeah, the Blue Jays and Orioles. This was a game that I really kind of looked at with a close eye. I'm going to go with the over 8.5 in this one. Jose Barrios, the definition of a Jekyll and Hyde pitcher, pitches very well at home. I think the Jays have won 13 straight starts for him at home. The problem is he's not at home here, and he's got I believe still a 6+ ERA on the road this season. Just got beat up in his last start away from home as well by the Twins. And Dean Kramer, while he has had his moments at home, he's been one of the inconsistent pitchers at home for the Orioles. Alternated shutouts and then gets rocked in his next start. He threw a shutout last time out, and I think against this Toronto team he'll have some issues navigating the lineup. I think the value is on the Orioles here, but I'd probably go with the over 8.5 in that one. And I'm also going to go with the over 9 between the Guardians and Tigers. I just don't trust this pitching matchup. Aaron Savali coming back from the injured list, and I think the Tigers can get to him here, even though Savali has decent numbers against the Tigers. I still think this is going to be a higher scoring game. I don't trust Drew Hutchison as far as I can throw him either. So give me the over 8, over 9 in that Tigers Guardians matchup. I'm seeing it, but different totals in different places.
I like I like the Phillies in this one against Alcantara. I think you're getting good value here. The Marlins just haven't been hitting the ball, and Syndergaard's terrible. You know, not terrible. He's just not the same pitcher that he used to be. He's not terrible. He's just not elite anymore. But and Alcantara is. But the thing is that you still got to score runs, and the Marlins don't do that, and I think the Phillies will. I think that's where the value is. Believe it or not, value is on the favorite in this one, and think that Dean Kramer's coming off the best performance of his career. I think last time out, he was fantastic. So tough to think that Jose Barrios can beat him. Not Barrios. What are you selling today, Chris?
For me, I got right now up on the board my $15 pick-off play. We hit our play last night. I'm looking to go back-to-back here. And right now, I also have a couple of extra plays put in for long-term subscribers. Might make that a 3-pack as well. But for right now, just my $15 pick-off play. And use that promo code OG15 for 15% off at Pick Dogs Premium.
Yeah, for me, I just have my $15 play as well. I lost yesterday. I switched picks, and that always burns me. But I'm back today. I'd hit 3 in a row, including 2 moneyline dogs in that streak, and look to start another one today. I'm hitting it over 70% in those picks. So when you lose one, it only makes sense that I win the next 2 or 3. And that's what I plan on doing here. Use that code AUG15, get 15% off. I also have a ton of other picks. I just haven't been putting out a lot of bigger packages. So, yeah. Anyways, that's that. Go to our next set of games. And we've got the Braves and the Red Sox. Got the Astros against the Rangers and the Royals against the White Sox. I think Justin Verlander took offense to Ron Romanelli's McClanahan comments. He certainly just continues to dominate out there. What do you got, Chris?
For these, I like the Braves. I think that got some momentum after taking it in extra innings last night, and I think this is just a complete mismatch with Kyle Wright on the mound against Nick Pivetta, and getting a decent price with the Braves given that mismatch. So I'll take the Braves in that one. I also like the Chicago White Sox. Chris Bubich is pitching very well, but I think he's still a left-handed pitcher going against this White Sox lineup that still leads the league in batting against left-handers on the road. And I think the White Sox close out the series with a win here against Bubich. So give me the White Sox on the money line.
I just have so little faith in the White Sox right now. I do see a first ballot Hall of Famer there, though, with Johnny Cueto on the hill, so tough to go against him. And even laying odds on the road, I think you could lay 3.5 to 4.5 with Astros here with Verlander. Go to our next set of games. We got the Rockies against the Cardinals. Miles Mikolas probably still watching game film, trying to figure out what the hell happened in that one. Got the Diamondbacks against the Pirates, probably the most boring series of the season. And then we've got the Dodgers up against the Twins. Ryan Pepio. A little Pepio in the Stepio. Put some Pepio in the Stepio. There. This is bad, man. Oh wow.
The Cardinals and Rockies. I'm still thinking Miles Mikolas is icing his butt after what the Rockies did to him yesterday, and that's just that's a mess. But I think I'm gonna go with the under 12 in that game. I know we saw 21 runs yesterday, but Jose Quintana hasn't been terrible for the Cardinals since coming over, and I just think that Kyle Freeland has a decent outing here. This is just one of those games where it'll take 13 runs to beat you at that number, and I think this finishes closer to maybe a 7-4 kind of game. So I'll take the under 12 in that one. And I'm also going to go with Los Angeles Dodgers again. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. 8-0 in the month of August, outscoring teams. I believe it's 55-17 this month in those 8 games. And Sonny Gray, he is a solid arm for the Twins, but the Dodgers are just on another level right now. They can really do no wrong, even in a bullpen game. So I'm going to go with the Dodgers in that one.
All right. I like the Dodgers as well. I just like the way they're playing. I think the Twins melting down the stretch, I don't think is surprising anybody here. I mean, they had a chance to put the Guardians and the White Sox away many times this season. Were unable to do it, and now they're not going to the postseason, and they don't deserve to be. And let's see what else we got. Cardinals, Rockies. Tough to really get behind anyone in this one. And Diamondbacks, Pirates. I give up on the Pirates this one. I give up. Anyways, go to the parlays. What do you got?
Yeah, for me today, I'll go with the over 8.5 between the Blue Jays and Orioles. I'll go with the Atlanta Braves, and I'll go with the Los Angeles Dodgers.
I'm gonna go with the Giants, the White Sox, and the Astros -3.5. It's Mitch for Chris. Thanks for joining us. Make it a winning day. Tomorrow, like I said, off times. We'll figure it all out. And the premium and VIP tomorrow, we're each going to do it solo. So we'll post it as we normally post to the group. And just the way it'll be. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.